In deep space, researchers found and brought to Earth an unlimited source of energy, Xiang Teng. One day, the alien mothership was spotted over Rio de Janeiro. Later, the cities were attacked by aliens and were completely de-energized. 97 countries united in the face of a common enemy and gathered for a meeting in Shanghai. It was decided to create a planetary defense, but it turned out to be ineffective, and all the major cities of the world were attacked by robot warriors. One day, the latest drone aircraft are training at a Chinese Air Force base to destroy aliens. At the controls, the pilots are trying to repel the attack of annihilators that are attacking Earth. At this time, the commander-in-chief of the Chinese forces, General Shao, meets with a young but talented woman, Officer Lin. He advises to subject the young pilots to more severe training, but Lin reminds them that the drones are only undergoing tests and not all of their capabilities have been studied yet. Lin praises Yan and considers him the most talented. His partner Yu has a quick reaction, and Lewis is an excellent analyst. The crew under the command of Captain Pen has a chance to become one of the most effective alien fighters. After 5 years of battles when Tokyo, New York, and Moscow were wiped off the face of the Earth, it suddenly turned out that the only stronghold of people was Shanghai, where a laser cannon was built. Then Yan became a member of the Grey Eagle Squad, where he first met Lin. The guy immediately fell in love with the woman, but she did not pay attention to him. After some time, Lin receives a report on the complete destruction of New Delhi and the death of a large number of soldiers. Although Shanghai is reliably covered by an energy dome, they should not relax. At this moment, they report the appearance of the main alien ship over Shanghai. People go to shelter, the military takes up posts, and the shield protection mode is turned on. Lin gives the command to activate the entire drone network. At this moment, a powerful beam hits the ship, breaking through the defense and destroying city blocks. But the logistics center and Xiang Teng's installation are still in order. Lin orders the shield to be repaired. Meanwhile, the ship releases spherical annihilators, which turn into creepy spider-like monsters when they hit the ground. The drones repel the attack and destroy the alien invaders. But the annihilators enter the battle and attack houses and people. Meanwhile, Yang finds himself on the street, saves a child, and sees the military trying to destroy the monster. At this time, Lin orders artillery to be sent to the area. Yang picks up the weapon N and enters the battle, but quickly realizes that the monster is not affected by bullets. Then the artillery arrives and successfully repels the attack. The survivors have to return to the ship, which retreats from Shanghai. But people understand that this is only a temporary respite because the aliens were unable to obtain Xiang Teng. At this time, General Shao is informed that analysts have managed to find a weak spot in the alien ship. If they hit it with a Shanghai cannon, they can succeed. General Shao and Lin go to the facility and go into the chamber where Xiang Teng is kept. It turns out that when people brought it from space, they did not know that it could reproduce and generate energy. Deep underground, it covered the entire territory of Shanghai. The shield and the cannon are powered by it, but sometimes its energy shows strange fluctuations, leading to failures. After the cannon is activated, the energy of the shield can turn off. New drones must cope with this situation. An alarm is announced and friends rush to the duty station. Lin gives the command to the drones to protect the weak point of the shield. The countdown begins until the beam strikes the alien ship. At this time, Captain Pen realizes that this is a diversionary maneuver. The breach made earlier consumes too much energy, and the aliens are waiting for the energy of the Shanghai shield to thin out, after which they can then attack in any area. Then an explosion occurs that turns off the electricity, and the command center is attacked by aliens. People try to shoot back, but they die one after another. John and his friends also join the battle, but realizing that they cannot win this way, they run to the drones. At this time, the council orders the cannon to be prepared for firing. Meanwhile, Penn's crew arrives at the command post and activates their drones. Lin orders the breach above the center to be closed. Lewis calculates that the next strike will occur in 2 minutes. Yang begins maneuvering, but there is a power surge, which affects the cannon. It is raised from under the water and aimed at the alien ship. The cannon fires and an explosion occurs high above the ground, after which the ship disappears and the Shanghai shield is restored. Yu went to the roof with alcohol, Captain Peng polished his motorcycle, and Louis wrote something all night. Yang relived the battle in which he was next to Lin over and over again. In the morning, Yu brought Yang a new uniform, and Louis invited the guys to a nightclub where they celebrated the victory. The girl advises Yang to open his heart to Lin. A few days later, Lin and Yang unexpectedly meet in a cafe. The woman remembers the dead and admits that being a commander is a heavy burden. Yang gives her a flower and still asks her out on a date. But Lin takes the guy to check the generator and admits that she can't start a family during a war. Her father was a soldier and died, and she wants her children to grow up outside the shield. After some time, soil cracks began to appear in Shanghai. General Shao reminds everyone of his warnings about the inadmissibility of using a cannon. The military's argument is interrupted by a message about a shield breach. Shao orders repairs to begin, but Lewin finds some kind of anomaly, after which an alien breaks into the center. The military enters the battle, but the Annihilator wins and makes its way to the control panel. The wounded Pen realizes that they will not be able to stop the alien. He orders his friends to leave and activates the self-destruction of the control panel. An explosion occurs, after which the backup servers turn on, restoring the shield. The next day, the enemy returns, and the council decides to abandon Shanghai with its unreliable shield and evacuate people. However, General Shao refuses to do this and offers to turn off the shield and transfer all the energy to the cannon. The drones will become a wall and will guard it until the shot. The military takes up positions. General Shao hands over a container to the crew members where they can leave personal belongings that will be preserved for posterity because a deadly battle awaits them ahead. Yang writes a message to Lin in which he confesses his love and locks his phone in a drawer. The crew boards drones that take off over the city. The general orders to transfer all the energy to the cannon. The shield is turned off and the Annihilator army heads to Earth, where they are met by drones. An air battle begins, but the Annihilators reach Xiang Teng's base. Louis goes to cover it, while Yang tries to protect the center. The cannon commander reports that he is ready to fire. However, at this moment, the enemy breaks through the first line of defense. One of the Annihilators jumps onto Yang's drone. He tries to throw it off, but the drone catches fire. Yang is forced to eject and joins the battle at the base. He destroys several aliens and sees Louis' ship landing nearby. The girl hands over control to him because he can handle the task better than her. At this time, Lin prepares the cannon to fire. Louis detonates an explosive device, destroying the enemies along with herself. The cannon fires but misses because the aliens manage to cover the target. Lin remembers General Shao's words about Xiang Teng's last energy. The cannon commander orders a reboot and prepares for another shot, but the aliens are already breaking into the building. Lin starts the program for the last shot. Xiang Teng turns off the power, causing the city to collapse and go underwater. At this time, the cannon's guidance system fails. Lin sees Shanghai perishing and records a final appeal to humanity. They sacrifice their city so that people can survive. The wounded cannon commander asks the drones to become his gunners. However, Yang decides to become bait. He turns on the drone's self-destruct program and flies to the ship, drawing fire on himself. The cannon fires and the alien ship disintegrates into millions of pieces. Time passes, Shanghai is rebuilt again, and celebrations are held there for the victory of humanity. Yang survived because he managed to eject. He returns to his miraculously intact house and remembers his dead friends, and then goes to the cafe where he once met Lin. His things are returned to him, and turning on his phone, he receives an answer to his confession. Lin knew about his feelings and the guy cries from loss.